Okay, you guys, so let's discuss the psyche types and what where that threshold is or and basically what people are doing to provide remedy to zombies and demons, at least from the past that we know works. So basically you have prisons and jails and stuff, but easily people that run those facilities, they're already different sophisticated types of humans. Actually, I would say sophisticated humans that have zombified or not zombies, but probably turned into demons because they they get corrupted over time. They have been corrupted over time through the culture shock that we've been through. Like all this propaganda and stuff. So basically, so animal types of people would kind of be like myself, I guess, because I don't work and my name is Becerra and which means like cow. And basically, in a way, that's like a litmus test, to see who is human. And because humans can tell the difference between an animal and another human being, and they treat them accordingly. And from there, you have, let's say, zombies would be people that don't care about their body or that are like like homeless and maybe like poor in appearance, and not all there mentally probably or very confused, which also can be explained through the propaganda and stuff. So this is just like understanding the human condition, right? And it's difficult. What makes it difficult to provide remedy or cures or anything is that the people, the human beings that, you know, well, you have a mixture all the time. You're never going to have one, it's never going to be a clean slate. It's never going to be perfect, right? But in these positions of authority that were established to keep civilization running, we have to see ourselves like and what we bring to that, to the table. And if you are corrupted or you maybe you can't bring anything to the table, then you just stay back and you don't interfere with progress. And so in these positions, right, obviously you have to be human. You have to have a human body op, to be in these positions. um but the over time, you have wars and stuff, cold wars, and the opposition works his way into like the rotting or like the rotting of civilization. And it happens, I guess, as we can understand, like every human has tendencies to, like we were all a child once, and every human has like needs love to grow, as a sunflower requires sunlight. And the ignorance of this and people in power, you know well, basically technology right now is at a point to where we can hyper like transfer information very very quickly and very very accurately, to people that need to hear it. And the message is going to get across either way because that's how civilization exists. That's how you have law and order and you have like justice, right? The concept, these concepts. Um, and without that, you have, yeah, it's the fittest that survive, right? So, and we see that since for a while now, like that's been deteriorating. Like you have to be fit to survive. You can't always, it's getting more and more primitive in that sense. And a lot of what the infrastructure is meant to be used for is being abused and misused. and people are living like their lives, cycles of lives and deaths within this infrastructure that's not supposed to be for that. Uh, so basically, like let's say you have a store, right? And then you have different people that come into that store. You have to think about the people above you as well, like your overhead. You have to think about everything all at once, pretty much. And you're not alone in that, because this you are, if you understand what I'm saying, you're a part of like what makes civilization work. And people, I guess you could say, they don't they don't know how to deal with the negative side of things, right? And so they just throw people away, or they continue to live their life. And when you have things written and set in stone, like you have markers, you can't just leave that project alone. Or let's say if you're people in law enforcement, or in the positions of authority in your family or in your tribe or whatever, right? You have to go through these thinking processes. And one thing that is universal is that we all have a human body. And even though my name is Becerra, which means cow, one litmus test for a human being is that you see that I also, like, I'm a human being, not to be, it's a litmus test there. And there are different tests like this that exist in life to filter out and to sift through the different psyches, and to protect us from the zombies, the demons, and the animal psyche types, to know how to keep an eye for those animal psyche types, because they're more prone to drifting, to drifting into, who knows, just to mess up your life, right? So for you to protect your family or your tribe, you just have to keep an eye on those psyche types, right? And within the human psyche types, these are the people that construct our reality and our infrastructure and design our buildings. Um, the people that use the tools for what they're for. And that is within that human psyche type. We have to understand ourselves as, we can't we have to understand ourselves as as we are, like the ego, the pride, and where that line gets crossed, and there's like friction. So forgiveness exists, like a lot of things that exist in the human psyche type, that um, we are the top of the animal, the top species in the animal kingdom, right? So it's, we should pay it that respect. We have a lot to figure out about ourselves. And so this is so that way, hopefully, we can all start thinking together and not really. Um, so that way, if you are not in conflict, that people don't put you in conflict, because in your tribe or your family, they're gonna try to split you up by putting you in conflict. So that way, uh, you don't think together. So this is one thing that every tribe leader or authority or whatever can, and should think about, and so that way, like, things start to make sense, and we can quickly know how to protect ourselves from these people that are living their dramas, their life soap opera dramas or whatever, on the backs of the people that built the infrastructure, and off the mental energy of the people that are trying to, like, just figure things out, I guess. So thank you guys for listening, and I hope this helps. That way we can stop throwing people away and start providing remedies on a large scale. And So thank you very much, guys.